Safe sex. Just do it. There are two issues with unsafe sex: diseases and unplanned parenthood. However, today we're just going to focus on unplanned parenthood. 10% of all births in America in 2009 were to teen mothers. In 2011, there were 329,797 babies born to mothers ages 15 to 19. On top of this, the U.S. spends a whopping sum of $10.9 billion annually on teen childbearing. In our Commonwealth, these babies cost Virginia $41 million in public health, $30 million for child welfare, $59 million for increased incarceration, and $62 million in lost tax revenue.
I'm expensive! If the costs are so significant, why do teens still have unprotected sex? It's a self-control failure. Self-control is the inhibition of short-term goals in favor of more important long-term goals. Meet Bobby and Claire. They're going to be our examples of a self-control failure and a self-control success. Hot and cold state. These states indicate a level of arousal which is essential to decision-making. In a cold state, arousal is low and rational thinking is high. We can exercise self-control in these situations. In a hot state, you're more likely to fall victim to self-control failures due to the ease of short-term goal priorities.
Now, what if Claire hadn't bought condoms in the cold state?
Yay! This is a chart which illustrates the paths that lead to self-control failures and successes. Failure to identify the issue leads to indulgence. Identifying the conflict without implementing good self-control strategies also leads to indulgence. We are here, but let's get here.
In order to avoid these failures, we need to increase ability to see the problem, as well as increasing motivation to exert self-control. We can increase ability by highlighting the long-term consequences of unsafe sex. We can increase motivation to exert self-control by changing social norms. But don't worry, Claire. We can solve this problem together. We propose that we pass comprehensive sex education reform.
Comprehensive sex education reform will change social norms by promoting a culture of safe sex among teens, which motivates teens to practice safe sex because it is socially expected. Sex education teaches the benefits of a healthy sexual lifestyle in the long term. Sex education increases ability by teaching teens about STDs and STIs, and it also teaches teens about the economic burden of childbearing on themselves and society. Aside from purely educational resources, sex education gives teens legitimate means of pregnancy prevention, such as condoms and information about surrounding health clinics. But these solutions aren't so easy. The moral makeup of the right and left make it nearly impossible to come to consensus about sex education programs. The education material that would be provided in sex ed classes is a point of contention. The right would have sex ed classes promote abstinence because they view sex within marriage as sacred, whereas liberals do not hold the same moral values as conservatives and promote education opposed to abstinence.
Unsafe sex is a problem, a self-control problem. Sex ed is a solution, but not an easy solution.
Created using Powtoon.